Hey guys, it's your boy Sushi here with another Star Savior video. So once again, I am loving this game, right? We're still in the honeymoon phase, but it's very fun. I genuinely want to play this game. I'm waiting for the reset and stuff to progress further in my account and stuff like that. But this video will be all about building your characters, okay? I have the builds for every single character in the game thanks to that cheat sheet by the Korean players, and I'll be linking that in the description below. We'll talk about it. I'll show you guys how to read it as well. I'll show you guys how to get gear boxes so you don't have to farm them because you're not supposed to farm any. And I'll show you my gear, show you where I'm at, and some general guidelines as to how to start building your account and using the resources to build your characters and gear and all that stuff. All right. So let's get into it. So right now, I am stuck on 1424 in operation. Okay, but I haven't min-maxed my gear or anything like that. Okay, so this currently needs about 80,000 power. I'm only at 65. Okay, and these are my current characters. Okay, 119 each. Their gear isn't quite leveled up, but I did that specifically so I can show you guys in this video. Okay, so the current gear that I have for my main four characters, who are Ash, Emily, Lacey, and Charlotte. Oh, I could level them. We'll do that after. We'll do that after. But anyway, these are my current builds, okay? 5, 5, 5, 12, 5, 12. Okay, we'll talk more about this later. But you guys can see, like, I'm not really leveling them up too much, right? I'll just show my gear and we'll talk about how do you know which sets and stuff, right? Like, why do I know to get this set and this set? It's all on the cheat sheet, okay, guys? All on the cheat sheet. This is honestly carrying every single global player out there, like, no joke. If you see any other content creators, they're definitely using this Google Docs as well, made by the Korean players. So shout outs to the Korean players again. They are absolutely awesome with this cheat sheet. Okay, so those are my current builds right now. Um, One quick note that I think a lot of people don't know is that we have these gearboxes, right? If you're newer, you might not even know about these gearboxes. So you essentially get to pick the exact stat and the exact main stat as well as the exact set, right? So for example, if you didn't know, you can click and hold to check which one is which, right? Which one is crit rate, which one is speed and stuff like that. But you have to hold it, okay? Because I think some people did not know that. And we'll talk more about how to use these boxes and not mess up because you don't get that many of these boxes and you don't really want to mess up, especially if you're building a lot of characters going for RTA, right? Because every single stat counts in RTA. So if you guys don't know where to get these boxes, right? I think a lot of people actually don't know. You want to go back to the lobby menu and you will have a ton, okay? I mean, a ton of rewards down here in this hot and new tab if you did not know about it initially. Okay, so you can pretty much click any of these, right? And then all the tabs will come out on the left side here. Look, all these tabs. Okay, you get so many rewards every single day. If you've been playing the game for a few days and you don't know about this, you probably have hundreds of summons in here. Like, look at this event mission here, bunch of stuff here. Grab all that. You can buy so many summons from this shop. You guys see I bought all these summons already. I'll buy more later, summon some more. But yeah, a lot of rewards here, like check-in rewards. This gives you a ton of rewards as well, like a bunch of summons, premium, limited summons, standard banner summons. Make sure you go to check these tabs, okay? They give you so much stuff. All right, once again, it's at the bottom here. You can drag it up or you can click this at the main menu, and a lot of your rewards come from there. All right, so let's talk about the cheat sheet, okay, and how to read it in order for you to build your characters properly, okay? I'm gonna move my VTuber really quick. Just move her to the side here, just because it'll be blocking a little bit. But right, guys, this cheat sheet will be in the description, and you're going to be in the all in one page right here, okay? And you will see very clearly you have the character here, okay? You have the necklace and the ring. So keep in mind the necklace and the ring, they can have different main stats, okay? If we're talking about the weapon, the gloves, the armor, and the shoes, those always have the same main stat. But once again, the necklace and the ring can change the main stat. So this is the main stat right here, okay? This is the set that they're running, so you should match those as well. And then these are the three potential builds that you can run on the characters, okay? So if I'm running this pink Charlotte here, I want speed on the necklace, attack percent on the ring. I want them both to be in sight, right? And then I would run a 4-piece insight and 2-piece hit, mixing and matching the other 4 equipment, right? Because those have the same main stats every single time, so that doesn't matter. You can also run this. You can also run this for PvP. Okay, some of these will have details about PvP or not, and you can follow those builds essentially. But it seems like PvP is all about speed, right? Just get a bunch of speed, and usually if you go first, you can win. Maybe that will change in the future, but that's a topic for another video. This guide also tells you the recommended substats. Okay, so if you're running Charlotte, just as an example, I'll use some examples for my characters in the game as well. But you want priority wise, you want speed, crit rate, crit damage, and attack. Okay, those are the best substats for her. And they also, okay, this guide is awesome. They also, let me scroll over just a bit. They also give you the recommended skill levels. So if you're running Charlotte, right? I'm running everybody on budget, right? But if you're running her on budget and you want to build her, you're gonna make her 366. Okay, so each character has a unique passive, and then S1, S2, S3, 3 skills. So in this case, Charlotte would be 366 as the budget. And end game, if you find that you're using her a lot, you can make her 777 or 71010. Okay, so that's how to read this this cheat sheet. There's also like the journey stuff here. If you guys watched my previous video, you guys already know how to read the journey, arcana setups, and stuff like that. So if you guys haven't watched the video yet, make sure you watch it. And anyway, let's go to another example. Let's use an exact example from my account, right? One character that I'm literally just copying this build for, and it works out very, very well. Okay, let's go with my favorite character. If you guys watch me, you know my favorite character is definitely Ash Waltz, bro. Something about big booba blondes who are kind and sweet in gacha games. Shout outs to Bianca and PGR. You guys already know. I just really like them. I don't know. Okay. Anyway, so looking at Ash here. Okay. So Ash has these green, green necklace and this green ring. Okay, and we're looking at a HP piece, right? This is a HP set, speed on the necklace, and HP percent on the ring. And then so 4-piece HP and 2-piece barrier. Okay, and this just a quick note for some of the characters, they might have a note like this right here. So the note is you can run her at 0 stars, meaning 0 dupes, up to 3 dupes. And if you have her at 3 dupes, at 3 star, you can run her as a DPS as well, as a DPS support, which is pretty crazy. And then this is like the corresponding PvP build, right? Substats are all right here. Everything the same as a DPS, except you have some attack. Instead of attack, I mean you get some HP. And also limited budget build 366 or endgame 777. Okay, so now let's take a look at my Ash, and I'll show you guys also how to pick and use the boxes so that you don't waste any boxes, okay? Because it's very important to give you a lot of boxes. Even if you mess up 1 or 2, I still think you won't break your account, but like you just don't want to mess up like at all, you know? Because the gear farming right now is definitely not optimal, especially since the game is new, right? So we have my Ash right here. Looking at her skills, right? So she's passive 3. This passive, I'm pretty sure you only level up the passive based on the number of dupes you have. Yeah, but you can see she's 366. The budget build, exactly like the cheat sheet said. And looking at her gear, right? So I'm running 4-piece HP and then 2-piece, what is this called? Barrier. Okay, so I'm copying exactly. So this is what I meant earlier by making sure you do not mess up your gearboxes. Okay, because some of the necklaces and some of the rings, they do not have certain sets for them in the boxes. Okay, you have to make sure, just to double check, okay, I'll show you guys, just to double check, that you have to make sure that you're matching and double checking that you have enough of each item regarding the sets as well, okay? And once again, you can hold it to check the main stat to make sure you don't select the wrong one. So some of the boxes, right, this box gives, is there the green one in here? Right, so this box gives the green one that I'm using, right? Like this one. But some boxes might not have the HP set, but have the barrier set. I don't have the specific example here, but I do remember that when I was equipping my gear and picking my gear, I had to double check. Make sure that you have all 6 pieces for that character you're building, and check the box to make sure that like you're not picking the wrong set from. And so the idea is you're not trying to waste any boxes and use a box for a set that another box doesn't have. you know, because some boxes they only have certain sets and certain pieces, and if you use all of that box, you might not be able to get that exact piece anymore. So just double check exactly the full build that you need for your characters, both the 4-piece set and the 2-piece set. Okay, so back to my Ashe, right? So just double check that. Okay, guys. You see here that I am currently 555, 12, 5, 12. Okay. What you usually want to do, which I'm going to do right now so I can show you guys, is the substats in this game, they uh improve. Like you get one extra substat boost for every 3 levels, right? So I only did 555 before because that's really all I needed. But now I'm gonna level them up to 6, right? So you get that little bit of extra stat boost, and let's see what I'll get for my substat. So ideally, in this case, HP, crit rate, crit damage is fine because there's no speed on this one, right? I got HP, fantastic. This one, maybe I'll get a speed, please. Maybe give me a speed. Flat attack. Oh boy, okay. But as you guys can see, you will increment, or you'll get one extra substat boost or whatever it's called. I don't know, the word's not coming to me right now. But you'll get that every 3 levels. So you can definitely do 666. And then for characters who you want to be fast, right? If we're going to talk about speed tuning, which we will in a sec, only the necklace and only the boots can have the speed. Okay, guys? So make sure you have that accordingly. This is effect hit. I don't freaking need that. But yeah, okay. Only the boots and only the pendant needed. Okay. So speaking of speed tuning, right? For example, let me see. For example, you want to speed tune, right? Because this game is all about getting proper buffs and stuff like that, especially in PvP, but also very helpful in PvE as well. So for example, with my team, you'll need to double check with your team depending on which characters you're running. But the speed tuning I have for my team is that I have Ashe go first. She's at 149 speed. And then I have Charlotte go second, right? And you see that she's at 131 speed. And then I have my Lacey go third, but she's at 138 speed. Why is my Lacey going after my Charlotte, even though Charlotte has 7 less speed than her? So a lot of people don't know this, but if you make your team, okay, let me show you. If you make your team, when you set up your team, let's just go to operation, just go to anything, right? If you set up your team and you give somebody leader, okay, so in this game you can make characters leaders in your team, and the only benefit you get from being the leader, there's no like leader skills or anything, okay? The only thing you get is that they get 10 extra speed. So this would make my speed tuning correct, right? So I would have Ashe go first, push everybody up with her S3, right? With her S3. And then I have my Charlotte, who is technically 141 speed, go next, and then buff the entire team with attack. And then have Lacey go at 138 speed and just nuke the enemy. Okay? So speed tuning is really important. All right, guys, in this game, especially for literally everything, like PvE and PvP, definitely very, very important. So we aren't even a week into the game yet, and we know that the resources are scarce. Okay, guys? So I recommend using your resources and level up materials in a minimal investment kind of way, kind of strategy, okay? Meaning you don't want to just willy-nilly just level up whatever you want, okay? Because you will reach a bottleneck, which we'll talk more about in a sec. But you want to just level them up just enough just to run operation, clear as much as you can. Then when you get stuck, then you use your resource boxes and stuff like that here, and then you progress a little more, and then you use some more, and then you progress some more, and so on. Okay, don't just spam everything. Okay, you guys can see, look, I'm hoarding all this stuff because I don't need it just yet. And as a veteran gacha game player, I know that unless you're a whale, then disregard whatever I'm about to say. But if you are F2P or low spender, you definitely want to hoard, okay? Hoard like crazy. Don't use the resources until you need to, because you might just have a bigger bottleneck down the line that if you just spammed all your resources now, you'll get you'll essentially hinder your progress in the medium to longer term run, right? For me personally, okay, the biggest bottleneck right now is this shit. These goddamn crystals, okay? These freaking crystals. So for if you're around, if you're under my current max level right here, 119 and like 14 something in operation, definitely use all of your boxes. There's like selectors. Let me double check if I have any selectors left. But yeah, like this one, right? You want, this is not a selector, but anyway, select these crystals. Okay, I don't think I think I use them all, but you have these boxes where you can select the crystals. If you're below where I am right now behind me, definitely use it for all the crystals. However, that being said, a couple of my viewers who are like Operation 15, 16, 17 with a level 100, 30, 140 characters, they're telling me that gold is definitely the bottleneck after these things, right? After these crystals. But for now, I'm still running, I'm still using these boxes on the crystals. Soon, right? I think soon, maybe today after today's stream or tomorrow, I'll definitely be caught up with some of my viewers and be at a gold bottleneck because apparently you run out of gold and you don't have anything to level up anymore and upgrade gear and all that stuff, you know. But yeah, that's it for this video, guys. If you found the video helpful, you enjoyed it at all, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I'm trying to hit a 2,500 subscriber goal by the end of this month. We only need like about 70 subs right now, and that would be amazing. I'm already going to give away 2 monthly passes at the end of this month. If I can hit that 2,500 goal, I will be giving away double that. So I'm going to be giving away 4 monthly passes for any gacha game that you want. Okay, it doesn't have to be SS, doesn't have to be ER, WUWA, any gacha game that you want. Okay, so please subscribe. I stream every single night. I upload videos every single night. Okay, guys. If I don't see you on stream, then I guess I'll just see you in the next video. Bye.